In this section, I'm going to be explaining to you most of the concepts I've already looked at in the slide. So first of all, if you don't have these libraries, survival library, SolveMiner, dplyr, and so ggplot2, if you don't have it, you should try and install it. Yes, using this particular line here, so you just try to install it. Now, I'm just going to run these libraries, the survival, the SolveMiner, the dplyr, and the ggplot2. So I'm going to be using the long data set. This data set that's available in R is from the North Central Cancer Treatment Group. So I'm just going to see data long. Let me run this. Then we run the long data set. So let's look at the long data set now. So these are the rows of the long data set. So we have institution code. So let's just look at its column rows. Long. Okay, so the column row. Long. So we have institution code. We have the time, which is survival time in days. Then we have the status, which is one is going to be censored. So let's check. I want to be sure of this. So if we say unique, then long, then we have status. So you can see it here. 1 means censoring, while 2 means dead. Then we have age in years. We have sex, which is either male or female. These are covariates. Then we have pH.ecog, which is the ECOG performance score, which can be either good, which ranges from 0 to 5, which is good. 0, while at 5 it means dead. Then we have pH.cano, which is the Kanofsky performance score. These are medical terminologies, which ranges from 0 to 100, that is bad to good. Then we have path.cano, which is Kanofsky performance score rated by patients. Then we have meal.cal, which is calories consumed at meals. Then we have wt.loss, which is weight loss in the last 6 months. So now we want to check for missing data now using this particular line here. So you can see we have only one missing data under institutions. Then under the others also have one missing data. Then 3 missing data under here. 47 under meal.cal or the calories column. Then weight loss is 14. So let's just prepare the data. We're going to clean the data now. We're going to record status because the survival package expects 0 to be censored while 1 to be dead. So we're trying to record it to match that particular pattern. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just take our long, use the mutate function, and now we're going to make det. So det is going to become what? Status minus 1. Creating a new column now, status minus 1. So you know when we say status minus 1, since in our original data set, censoring is represented by 1. 1 minus 1 will give us 0, which means it's censored. And dead is represented by 2. So 2 minus 1 is going to give us what? Dead, which is 1. So we have already recorded this dead. Then sex F, female. So we're recording it to sex F. We're going to record it to factor, whereby we're leaving it as male and female. And we're giving the levels of 1 to 2. That's why I call it sex factor. So this is a sex factor. Then pH.ecog, we're also giving it as a factor. Age group is also a factor. So for age group, we're going to create age breaks instead of using the normal continuous variable age group. So we're going to give breaks of 0, 60, 70, 100. So that less than equals to 60, we have 3 factors now, or 3 levels of our factor. Less than equals to 60, 61 to 70, and greater than 70. So these particular levels now of our factor is what we're going to use. Then we're going to remove rows with missing key variables. This is what we're going to be using, removing rows with missing key variables. So when we run all of this now, we're going to have a clean long data set. If we try to check for it now, so you can see now we're not having any missing values. Let's check it. So let's check it now. So you can see now our data set is now complete. We already have new variables that were already created. Okay, so that's for that. Then now let's create the survival object. For us to create the survival object, we need to, this is the solve function. This is it. Now we're going to use to create the survival object. And it has an argument called time. We are going to be giving the time variable. Then we have an argument called event. We are going to give in the what happened, the event variable, which is the date column. So we're just going to run this. Then we're also going to run to view the survival object. So let's view the survival object. Okay, so have I run this? So this is survival object. Can you see the survival object that we're having now? You can see the timings. Now let's give a summary of the survival object. So you can see the time, you can see the status. So you see the minimum time is 5 and the maximum time is 1,222 days. The minimum status here is 0. So this one is a factor. So I'm not going to, this is a quantitative summary that we're getting here. So now let's plot the first, which is the Kaplan-Meier curve, which is a descriptive curve. So for the Kaplan-Meier curve, we're just going to just run this. So you can, you are using the soft fit function. Then we give in this particular survival object here. You can either put the survival object here directly, since it's just the same thing here. If you look at it. So now here we can just use our survival object in this place. I'm going to put my survival object here. This is the variable here. Then to 1. So what this 1 means here is that this model has no predictors. So just going to run it like this. And let's get our model somewhere. KM fit. So you can see it. Number. You can see the number, the events, the median. This is the median time. What's the number that started the study? This is the number of people that died. And this is the median time. And this is the confidence interval for the time. Can you see the confidence interval for the time? Now, we're going to get a detailed summary at specific time points. So this is it. This is the detailed summary at each specific time points. You can see the detailed summary. So for this time, look at the number of risks. I showed you this table in the slide. The number of those that experienced the event at that time. This is the survivor, the standard error. This is the confidence interval up to time what 700 days. And this is it. So these are very specific time points which are already given in this particular place. So the most important thing I want to get now is actually the plot. So let's just plot a basic plot using the plot function. So this is a basic Kaplan-Meier curve plot. As you can see, it's using the plot function. Though it's not colorful, but you can still get a hint of what I mentioned. You know, I mentioned that when you see steps, it means it's a drop in time. And it's supposed to be going down, because as the study ends, the survival probability reduces. You can see it. So you can see how the curve looks as based from my explanation already given in the previous lecture. You can use an enhanced plot using ggplot2 now. This is more of an enhanced plot using ggplot2. You can see the various arguments that are straightforward to understand. So you can check the help function for the arguments. You run this, you get a more enhanced plot, the kind of plot you saw in the slide. So you can see this is an enhanced plot now. This was the kind of plot I showed in the slide. And you can see some of these crosses that I'm telling you that signify censoring. You can see the time in days, survival probability. You can see the strata, the number of risks that started. At the end, we are left with 2 individuals, which is at time 1000. So you can see how the graph look like, and this is how you can get your survival graph using the ggplot2 function. So in terms of survival by sex, you can plot your Kaplan-Meier curve based on a factor, a particular covariate. What you just have to do is just to, this time around now, instead of putting 1 in this place, which means no covariate, I'm just going to put what? One of your factors. It can be sex, it can be pH, just ECOG. So it can be anything that you want, any factor that you are considering. So just get the same plot to also using the GG soft plot function and run it, and you're going to be getting it by covariate. So you can see now that what we have the similar plot I also explained in that particular lecture. So you can see our male, we also have female. So it has already broken down the Kaplan-Meier curve into various categories, as you can see it now. So Kaplan-Meier curve is more of descriptive, that's what I see. And you can see that the P is 0.0013, which is a significant difference between the survival probability of both groups. You can see at a point safe, they were overlapping. You can see it, they were touching each other. So which is a significant difference in terms of probability for this particular covariate, which is sex. So now we can also check for that of age group 2 also. So we're going to remove those that are missing, and also this time around change it to age group and still use the survival plot just like before. Just run this also. So if you look at that of the age group 2, We also have something similar. So disadvantage now, what if you have a lot of categories like 10? How can it is going to be look too scattered? So that's where our Cox proportional hazard is going to come into place. So you can see the various things that we have here. Survival probability, the number of risks, age group, time in this. You can see the various information that we have in this place. Just similar to the previous KM plots that we plotted.